This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. On the phone, I have none other than Peter Fury himself. How are you, mate?
I'm good, KUGAN. Yeah, yourself?
Yeah, all good. Just, it's actually a miserable day here in Vegas. The clouds are out, the rain started, so...
Yeah, I'm surprised. Is it not very hot there?
To be honest, no. It's today. I've popped outside. It's a little bit overcast, but maybe it's just today. So, hey, you can't have everything in life. Yeah. So we're around just over a month, 5 weeks away from Huey's fight with Joseph Parker. Is that right? Yeah, 5 weeks. So,
yeah.
How is everything going?
Everything's going on target. We're very happy. Training's going well. Really looking forward to this fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously one of the questions that people still want to know about is about the broadcast. I know you've sent some tweets out to saying, you know, that sort of news is coming, but how are we on that front regarding a UK broadcaster?
Yeah, I think, I think people are going to get a big shock. That's all I'm going to say at this stage, but expect some very big announcements soon on Hennessy Sports.
I see on social media as well, Peter, you've had to kind of, you know, with people suggesting, in boxing, suggesting that, you know, whether the fight's going to take place and all this kind of stuff, and, you know, you've been quick to sort of put it out to say, you know, this fight is happening and, you know, you'll see on the 23rd. But has that aggravated you a little bit, like little comments from people regarding this fight?
Well, it's only from a certain promoter that me and you both know very well. But, you know, putting Chinese whispers out, you know, so it's not too professional-like of him doing that because, you know, obviously that's the effect he wants to have on people. But I can assure you that he's not part of our structure or gets involved in our business in any way. So the fight is 1,000,000% happening. Huey's in a good place. We've got sparring partners in. We're full scale ahead. And, you know, the only way this fight's not happening is if either man breaks a leg or slices his face open before the bell. So apart from serious injury being inflicted, this fight is going ahead.
Also, when you hear, let's just say how it is. We hear Eddie Hearn talk about potential opponents for Joseph Parker, and kind of overlooking the Huey Fury fight on the 23rd of September. And, you know, when I asked him about it, you know, he says it's, you know, it's part and parcel. We're you know, looking at opponents for several fighters, and Joseph Parker is in that. But again, you know, we saw Huey kind of made some comments at the press conference when he had it up in Manchester. But does that annoy you at all, that kind of plans are being made for Joseph Parker ahead of September 23rd?
Not at all. I know Parker's team is talking to the world. So, but, you know, talk is what it is. You know, they've got to get past Huey, and we're silently confident. And we can hear about all this talk after the event. You know, look, it doesn't mean anything. You know, of course they can line up opponents, of course they can speak. You know, but for me, I think it's going to be a waste of a conversation. So, you know, I'm very happy where we are. I think it's going to be a good fight between Huey and Parker. And, you know, anything can happen. But whoever wants to overlook Huey, that's for them. But we know what we're dealing with, and we're just getting on with the job in hand. I don't really listen to what other people's got to say, especially non-boxers. You know, he wants to stick to being a businessman because he's not a boxing man, is he?
We've seen some clips of Huey doing kind of some old school log training, chopping down wood and trees and stuff, and yeah, so he's getting the full sessions in.
Yeah, they're all good sessions what he's having, and you know, look, we've got the best of everything. We've got the best of strength and conditioners advice. You know, he's doing a lot of other stuff what you don't see on you only see in clips of what he does on the what do they call videos. He's doing a lot of boxing stuff and everything else. He'll be more than ready. But the outdoor activity is very good as well. You know, like rather than swim in a pool, he'll swim. Excuse me, he'll swim in the lake. So you know, it's much better than the current in the lake. It's harder, so why not put him in the lake? You know, stuff like that. And we're doing a lot of mountain runs as well, which is very high altitude, which is very good here. So there's a lot of good things, KUGAN, which is around us really. So it's a proper. I think it's one of the best training camps we've had.
Did you get any advice from Carl Froch about tree chopping? Because he's into a bit of that, I think.
Carl Froch, well, if Carl Froch is doing a bit of tree chopping, it's not done him too bad, has it? So. I know Mayweather was doing it as well. For the Pacquiao fight. It ain't done him too bad either, has it?
No, exactly. It may be the way forward, Peter. It may be the way forward.
You never know. But look, it doesn't end to add it in, so we've added it in. And it's very good. Look, we do 3 sessions a day, so one of them sessions outside. It's good to get the fresh air in the lungs as well and do a lot of different activity, and they enjoy it. So it's all about stimulating the mind as well as the body.
No, I know you're not one to obviously listen to people's opinions. You know, you've always done your own thing, you and your team, and you know the last people to write off a Fury was 2 years ago, and we saw how that panned out. So do you think that kind of the consensus is that people are overlooking or writing off Fury ahead of this fight?
To be honest, I think I don't really know, and I don't really care. I don't really give a shit what people really think of it. Main thing is for me that they watch it because we've got 2 serious young heavyweights. So, you know, the best man will prevail on the night. Yui's got a good fight ahead of him, and he's more than capable, and he's more than ready. And, you know, I believe we'll have a new world champion come the 23rd of September. And that's all that matters to me. I'm not really interested what people think, what the bookies say, or anything else, because if I listened to people's opinions, we wouldn't be in boxing. You know, look at Tyson all the way through his career. He's shit, he's got put over by a cruiserweight, he's rubbish, he's this, he's that. All of a sudden, he knocks somebody off his perch who's 11 years at the top. So, it means nothing what people's opinions. When you know your fighter, you know what you're dealing with. And a lot of these deep down know what they're dealing with as well, but they've got like an envious streak in them. They don't want to see people do well because they got that. Well, I don't know, they must be jealous or something. Because to put down a young man that's #1 in the world, earned his way up there, he's 20, 21 and 0, whatever he is. You know, it's just silliness. So anywhere they can put a bad vibe in, they will, because they can't hide the animosity they feel. So that's for them. But I don't have any animosity towards anyone, so I'm not really, again, to answer your question in detail, I really couldn't give. I'd wipe my ass on it, toilet roll. That's what I think of it. You know me, KUGAN.
I know the answer to this question anyway. But you know, listen, everyone's got their opinions, and to a certain degree, everyone's entitled to it. But what you take notice of and what you don't are 2 different things. So you know.
I just listen to everything, and I take it on board, and it's what it is. It doesn't mean anything. These people that talk are nothing to me anyway, so I've got nothing personal. What are these to me? It's not, you know, don't matter to me what they say. It's not my wife and it's not my children saying it, so it's good enough.
Absolutely. As I am in Las Vegas, I will ask you your opinion on this week's fight between Mayweather and McGregor, and what have you also made of all this sparring stories with, you know, the footage we've seen, the short clips, the photos we've seen regarding Malignaggi? What have you made of that whole situation, Peter?
Look, it's just a media hype job, isn't it? You know, it's very good for business because they're both getting tons of money, so it's great. And it's a spectacle. There's nothing more than that. You haven't got a prayer in boxing. You know, that's me looking at it. I'm going to record it because I'm not going to sit up and watch that, but I will watch it the next morning.
Is this fight damaging to boxing or not?
To the boxing purists, it doesn't mean anything, but to the public, it means everything. So, you know, it works. You know, people want to see it. It's like WWF. It reminds me of that. It's a spectacle, isn't it? You know, it's not doesn't look real. It's not real, is it? It's he'll get bladdered, won't he? So I don't give him a chance anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you're quite hard to push to find people especially in boxing, giving Conor McGregor any sort of chance. So you give him literally zero chance in this fight, Peter? I'm
giving him zero chance, yeah. I think Mayweather might carry him a few rounds and just lay him out. Because the same, if you look, I got nothing personal towards McGregor. I think McGregor's done very well. I like listening to the guy. I think he's done exceptionally well. Guy needs commending for what he's achieved. But he's an MMA fighter. He's not a boxer. So basically, put Mayweather in the cage with McGregor, I'd just say exactly the same thing. McGregor's going to wipe the floor with Mayweather. So this is just one of them. You know, it is a mismatch. It's a joke of a fight. That's what I see.
Well, like I said, I'm sure it'll be a little bit circus-esque this week, but you know, for the boxing purists, there are some big fights coming up, like Canelo and Golovkin next month, and you know, there's a lot to look forward to. So, you know, I think we just take this how it is, basically. So, you know.
How have you got Golovkin and Canelo
then? Back and forth a little bit, but I'm kind of swaying towards Canelo at the moment. I don't know whether I'm reading too much into the Danny Jacobs fight with Golovkin, whether it was Danny Jacobs who performed well that night, or was a small decline in Golovkin. I just seem to think momentum possibly is with Canelo, but listen, everyone's going to have their opinion about this. And it is a very split fight, as in opinion-wise. But I think
Canelo's going to get outboxed.
Okay.
And I think if Golovkin goes for the kill, Canelo will win. But if Golovkin stands off him and boxes in, I see one winner. I see it going on unanimous points, and I see Golovkin winning the box on points.
But you wouldn't be surprised either way?
Yeah, I would be if Golovkin comes in and tries to take out Canelo, then I'd see Canelo winning it. If it comes to a fight, I think Canelo will win it. But if Golovkin uses his boxing brain, I think Golovkin can walk away with it.
Did you see anything in that Danny Jacobs fight to suggest that maybe things are starting to slow down, show for Golovkin in that kind of way?
It wasn't a good performance, but Danny Jacobs is a very good man as well.
Yeah, very underrated, Danny Jacobs. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
And styles make fights. So I would say, KUGAN, that you can't take anything from it. No. I think when you're fighting great people, and you know, really very world-class people, the fights are never going to be easy, are they? You know, it always comes down to a chess match. You know, fights are never easy. You know, not unless they get very lucky, but. You know, on that kind of level, at them weights, they're usually very close to fights, aren't they?
Absolutely, and it's quite a rarity we see kind of the two best in any weight fighting each other nowadays. But it is kind of happening more and more, I suppose. Now, I mean, we saw the first undisputed fight for a very long time over the weekend between Crawford and Ndongo. So it's good that kind of the best in the weight are fighting each other more.
Yeah, I think it's got to happen. I like that fight as well that's coming up between, is it Rigondeaux and the other fellow, Lomachenko?
Yeah, I mean, you put Rigondeaux and Lomachenko in your top 5 pound for pound list, wouldn't you? So,
yeah, I think that's a great fight, you know. And this fight as well between Golovkin and Canelo is a really exciting fight as well. So you're absolutely right. We need great fighters back that's willing to fight anybody and get on with it.
Absolutely. Just a word, Peter, on Tyson now, is he?
Don't know anything. I've not heard nothing from him, so can't comment on him.
Okay. That picture you put up of Joe Joyce at the Haymaker gym and everything, and we saw kind of Tyson's Instagram post about it. Obviously nothing to read into that either.
I don't read into bullshit at all. You know, what is that? It's a lot of shit to me. So not interested.
Okay.
You know, look, just for the record, Davy Day was in Mykonos in Greece. You know, he wasn't even there. So that puts a cap on all of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know what it's like, especially on social media. Some, a tweet, an Instagram post can get taken 50 different ways, and yeah. So
just so as you know, last time I had a conversation with Davy Day was when he was boxing TYSON. I've never spoke to the guy since, never met him, never shook his hand, never met Davy Day. I went down there with Sam Jones to spar Joe Joyce. That's what we did, and we had a great reception there. You know, the people down there was very good to us, and it was very nice of them to have us down there. So, but as far as us making up with Davy Day or seeing Davy Day, this, that, and the other, a load of shit, isn't it? We never even met the man. But I've got nothing personal anyway.
Yeah.
You know, the fight never happened. You know, get over it. What's the big deal there?
You've been doing a little bit of work with Savannah Marshall, who makes her pro debut this week on the card as well.
Yes, we did. We've worked with her for 8 to 10 weeks, and it's been fantastic. She's learnt a great deal. She's a big puncher as well. So, you know, we worked with her. We got her sitting on the shots, turning her from the amateur style to the pro style, and I'm looking forward to seeing her fight. I think she'll do big things, Savannah. She's very dedicated as well.
It definitely seems to be the time for women's boxing, and with a lot of these fighters, Katie Taylor, Nicola Adams, Natasha Jonas, and now Savannah Marshall, all pro. I mean, it's yet to see in a year's time where women's boxing is, but we hope it's in a good place.
I think it's going to be, Kugan. I think women's boxing's on the up, isn't it? She surprised me because she can do exactly what a man can do. She's had a sparring with the men as well. She's rugged, she's tough, and really good listener. In the matter of 8 weeks, the amount of stuff she picked up and what she adapted to was unbelievable. She totally changed the style round. I'm very interested to see if what she does in sparring and what she's learned, she takes into the ring with her, and I'm sure she will. I expect her to explode on the women's scene of boxing.
I saw on another YouTube channel you interviewing Savannah Marshall, actually. I got a little bit worried for a minute there. I thought,
listen, I'm in practice, Kugan, because I'm thinking of taking your job or something when I'm finished.
Not a problem. You can come and have a job with us, Peter. You ain't got to take anything. You join the team, Peter. You got to learn. One thing you got to learn. Yeah.
I can answer the questions, but I'm shit at asking them.
No. Do you know the only thing I noticed is when you had the mic, you were better off without a mic, because when you was asking, I think the mic was kind of halfway between you and her. I'm just giving you some tips, like you gave me that time where I got sparked out by Tyson in your training camp. So I'm just giving you some tips. Yeah, hold the microphone under when you're talking, and then under her chin when she's talking. That's all I've got to say.
Well, all I've got to say is that's probably the last interview I'm going to be doing. So I'm better just answering the questions. Like you fire them off, and I'm better at just answering them.
Peter, you're better than what you think. Please believe me. What was your thoughts on, obviously, a few weeks ago, Klitschko announced his retirement from boxing, and we're not going to get to see that rematch between Anthony Joshua and Vladimir. Anthony Joshua looks set to face Pulev now at some point this year. So, yeah, what did you make of Klitschko retiring?
I think it's the right thing to do. I think he's older now. He's in his twilight years as far as boxing's concerned. I mean, he's achieved enough, and I didn't see anything happening. I thought Klitschko gave it his best shot, and I just seen a quicker ending this time round. So I think he's done the right thing. He's got money. What does he need to get in there? It's a young man's sport, so it's time for Klitschko to move over. And I think he realised he couldn't do any better than what he'd done that night. I think he realised it was over there because, he's getting in with Joshua again, who knows how he fights exactly. They've shared the ring together. And I just think Joshua would have come out and made a lot shorter work of it next time. So I think it was the right decision for him to retire anyway. I
mean, he gave it the longest time possible before deciding, so he's obviously sure in his head.
Well, he's 40-something, so I think he's gone on long enough. So the man's got all of his faculties, so he can go on and carry on his career and do something else.
Well, absolutely. Like, to call him an ambassador of the sport is an understatement, because what he's done for boxing over the last however many years has been remarkable. So at the highest level. So,
but you just got to look at, you know, somebody that had a blip in his career. He had back-to-back losses, stoppage losses as well, and look how he's dug down, refound himself with a great Emmanuel Stewart, God rest his soul. You know, and he come back. He reigned at the division for God knows, 10 plus years. So that dedication and going to the well time after time after time, and keeping that level of interest and that sheer dedication, yeah, definitely for me, he'd have to go. He goes down in the history books, because he's definitely he kept at a high level for so long, and that to keep that dedication is takes some doing.
No, totally agree. Yeah, as in regards to your other fighters, Con Sheehan, when's he next out, Peter?
Con Sheehan is training. He's on the undercard of UE on the 23rd of September. So looking to get in, keep him going. He'll be 7-0. So it's the up and up for Con Sheehan. He's coming on quite nicely.
I'm trying to think of who else you've got.
I've got Peter McDonough here with me. He's training very well.
Of course, Peter's fighting on the card as well.
He is, and we're gonna get him. Spoke to Nick, and he's gonna get him in a title fight. So he's gonna get a meaningful fight, Peter McDonough. And I will say, he's started a proper 8-week training camp. You know, he's being conditioned. He's on his food. You know, I'm seeing vast improvements for Peter. It's unbelievable, because I've been working a lot with his right hand and placing his punches properly, where he's not been getting power behind his shots in the past, and also working on his strength and conditioning. So he's really coming on. You know, let's put it this way: when he first come into camp, he couldn't do dips on his machine, he couldn't do pull-ups, he couldn't do really much. But now he's doing 3 or 4 sets of 10 of each. So it just gives you an idea how much he's skyrocketing really with the training. So I expect people are going to get a little bit of a shock when Peter McDonough comes out on the 23rd of September, because he's not only a different fighter, but he's going to look a different fighter. He's going to look a fighter that's in magnificent shape as well.
Who's he going to be fighting on that date, Peter? Do you know?
He's fighting. I think he's boxing a kid called Shane Singleton.
Oh, okay, yeah, Shane. We know Shane. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that should be a good fight to look at. And there's a few British title fights on there. We've got Jimmy Kelly. He's in an international WBO fight. Who else have we got? We've got Joe Murray. He's fighting for the English title, I think. So there's quite a few good undercards on there. Local derbies as well.
Well, I mean, I know you said about the broadcast. When do you expect to announce that, Peter? The UK broadcast.
Definitely inside of before the end of the month, there'll be announcements made.
Okay, cool.
So, and we're very happy with everything. So, like I said, he's been working tirelessly on it, Mick, with his partner as well. You know, so they've been working on stuff. So that's it. You know, it's been a team effort, to be honest with you. We've all everybody's been doing the best, and I'm very, very, from what I'm hearing, I'm very happy with everything.
Full steam ahead.
Full steam ahead. That's the one. You know, that's where we're going, and you know, we really look forward to the fight. You know, it's been a long time coming for Huey, and it's his time, and the best man will win. But one thing for sure, Huey's going to be 110% ready.
Good to hear it, Peter. Have you got anything else you'd like to add?
No, it's nice talking to you, Kugan. Have a nice time over there, and you know, soak up all that atmosphere, and let me know what it's like when you get back.
Definitely, I might even bring you back a T-shirt, Peter. I know you've got a few, but you know.
Look, I'm a big fan of the boxing. Please, if you get me a T-shirt, I'll bring it back.
It's already there.
I'll have an autograph as well if you get me one.
Yeah, I can sign it for you. No problem, Peter.
You sign it, I'll do. Just copy his signature, get it back here. I'll put it up on the wall.
That's it. All right, stay on the phone 1 second, Peter. Peter Fury, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, and like I said, we'll catch up with you very, very soon. Top man.
Yeah, you're welcome.